Now, I'm going to let you know right now, some of you are not going to like what I'm about to say, but it is what it is. Just like Plato said, no one is more hated than he who speaks the truth, and I'm about to speak the truth, so you can hate me if you want. Let me start the video off by saying this. I didn't even think we'd make a video on this, and the reason for that is because I didn't think it was a big deal. However, I couldn't have been any more wrong. I don't think this is a big deal. I really don't, and I think some of you are going to agree with me on this, but Alabama and Nick Saban has pissed off a bunch of people. It mind boggles me because they shouldn't be pissed off. They shouldn't be mad, yet they are. We've got to talk about all this stuff going on. It has literally been trending all over Twitter for the past 2 days. I'm not doing no intro, none of that. If you're new to the channel or simply not subscribed and you like college football content and you want to see more, go down there and hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Recently, what was it now? I believe it was a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it was only 1 week ago, but it was within the past month. Kirby Smart got his new extension and he was the new highest paid coach in the entire country, making $11.2 million per year. Not too much to say there. They just won the championship. It doesn't shock anybody, and Kirby Smart's one of the best coaches in the entire country. So yeah, it makes sense. Ironically and coincidentally enough, however you want to look at it, Nick Saban, he was due for an extension and he just signed one about a couple of days ago. Oh, my bad. It wasn't a couple of days ago. It was only 1 day ago. And this new extension that runs through all the way 2030, yes, 2030, is going to be paying him $11.7 million, which is now surpassing Kirby Smart, and he is back to being the #1 paid coach. Sorry, I'm laughing. The concerning part for the rest of college football isn't Nick Saban making $11.7 million per year. Who cares about that? The real red flag is it goes through 2030. I've been saying this for years now, time after time. I've said it on videos. I say it to my friends in real life that are fans of Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, all these other schools. Everybody says, oh, well, Alabama fans, you better enjoy it because Nick Saban, he's about to be gone. I've heard people say that literally since 2012, and I've been telling people he's not going anywhere anytime soon. And I'll never forget this moment. I can't even find it because I don't know where I'd go look. But in 2016, Nick Saban said he planned to at least coach 14 more years. If you're an Alabama fan, you know what I'm talking about. You saw Nick Saban say that. Why is that important? Why did I bring that up? Well, what do you know? 2016, add 14 years is that? That's 2030, right? And well, what year does his contract go through? 2030. Coincidence? I think not. You would think this is just some boring news and it's nothing to talk about. Whoop-de-doo. Nick Saban, greatest coach of all time, he signs a new deal. What's there to talk about? What's the big fuss about? Why are people pissed off about this? Why are they mad at Nick Saban in Alabama? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, you're in a treat. You better pay attention to some of this stuff I'm about to tell you. So apparently, there isn't just one, two, or a couple people. There is a ton of people that think Nick Saban does not deserve the money. That is blasphemous if you had to ask me, because he deserves to be paid $1 billion, and I'll explain why. And no, I'm not exaggerating $1 billion. I think he deserves that. Whoa. I know what you're saying. Yo, Matt, $1 billion, come on now. But hold on, hear me out. Let me read you off this comment that somebody had to say about Nick Saban signing this new deal. Alabama ranks amongst the worst in poverty, crime, life expectancy, and just about every other metric that measures the quality of life and health. And the highest paid public employee is a football coach who makes $11 million per year? Something's wrong here. As a person who grew up in a small town in Alabama my entire life, now I did eventually move to Florida recently, but I moved back to Alabama, and the reason I moved back is because I love it here. When I did live in Florida, it was great, it was awesome, and it's definitely in the top 5 states in the entire country, and I still go there from time to time, go on vacation and all that good stuff, but I chose to come back to Alabama, and let me make this clear, I can live wherever, literally wherever I want, but I still choose Alabama. I like it in Alabama. It is an extremely beautiful place. You want big cities? We got that. We got Huntsville and Birmingham. But if you're a person who doesn't like big cities and you like farms and small towns, we also got that. We got a little bit of everything. And oh yeah, I can't forget to mention, most people don't know this, we got beaches, we got Gulf Shores, we got Mobile. Alabama's got a little bit of everything. And I would say it is an underrated state. And at first I was going to say, well, maybe I'm being biased, but I'm not, because I've lived in other states and I still chose Alabama over every other state. I'll tell you some of the benefits of Alabama, and I do apologize for this rant, but I'm just trying to give you some perspective because I do live here. Like this tweet says, I genuinely don't know. Maybe we are on the top of poverty, crime, and life expectancy, but I'll tell you this, it's not expensive to live here like other states. I've never understood why people try to judge states, because unless you've been to every single city and every single mile in that state, you have no room to talk. Let's just be honest here. Wherever you live, yes, I'm talking to you, there's probably good people in your state, there's probably bad people in your state, there's probably rich people in your state, and there's also poor people in your state. You're going to get a mix of everything. There's going to be poverty and crime in every single state. And like I said, maybe Alabama is in the top category for poverty and crime. I don't know. I'm just giving you my perspective. But anyways, like I was saying, getting back on topic with Nick Saban, this person trying to say it's messed up and something's wrong here, how Nick Saban's getting $11 million. I'll explain why it's not. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'll just let this reply explain it. They said it best. The school is paying him, not the state. The football program brings in a lot of money to the school so they can afford to pay him. Clap it up for my man Zach right there in the replies. He said it better than I could. Paying Nick Saban $11 million has nothing to do with the state being poor. But hold on, here's what I think is my best point in this argument, and I think it's going to drive some of y'all crazy. I currently have friends that go to Alabama, and I currently know a bunch of the football players at Alabama, and they've all told me the same exact thing. They'll meet people on campus or meet people that go to Alabama, and they will tell them, oh yeah, one of the reasons we came here is because of the football team, and it's because of Nick Saban. It's not just Alabama football, it's not just Nick Saban, but in life, people want to be surrounded by winners. They want to be a part of a great culture. And what Nick Saban has done for the football team has carried over to the program and the university itself. Nick Saban has somehow managed to take the winning of the football team and expanded it throughout the entire university. It's gotten to the point now where Alabama's known as this winning culture, and you just need to experience it and be a part of it. With that being said, yes, you're going to have a lot of your in-state high school kids go to Alabama, but you're also now seeing kids from California, West Virginia, Idaho, New York come to Alabama just because of the football team. And I'm not talking about recruits, I'm talking about average students that are paying into this school. You're having random high school kids applying to Alabama just because of how good the football team is. I want you to think about that. So not only is Nick Saban generating money for the football team, he's generating money for the entire university. And for those of you that don't know how much money Nick Saban has probably generated in his, 15 years he's been at Bama, I'd say it's close to over $1 billion. And that may sound absurd to you, but I can guarantee you it's not. And I'm glad somebody else saw this the same way I did, because this guy in the interview said the same thing. He's actually stated, my bad, I only think Nick Saban has made $1 billion for Bama, but this guy said he's made them billions. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Let's use Kentucky basketball, for example. Great basketball team. When you think of Kentucky, you immediately think of John Calipari. But I don't know many kids or many people in general that are going to go to Kentucky just because of their basketball team. Maybe it does happen here and there, but I'm not from Kentucky, so I haven't heard any stories about that. If that is true, let us know in the comment section. I just want to make that clear. If you're from Alabama, you know this. People will go there just to be a part of the football team and go to the games and say, oh yeah, I went to Alabama when Nick Saban was there. I want to read you off this tweet next. This person tweeted out, Nick Saban has Alabama at a point where people are crying before the season even begins. Let that sink in. And then here we go. One of these haters replied to it. No, it's the lies you perpetuate. Ooh, that's a big word for you. Congratulations. Every day about Saban, who made Alabama what they are today. Saban has done a good job keeping it going, but ESPN and its power and influence, not Saban, is what created Alabama today. But you will sell your propaganda every day here. What? So this guy is trying to say that ESPN is the one who's been the biggest influence on Alabama, not Nick Saban. Do I need to tell him, or are you guys going to tell him? Because I'm sure some of you older people, you remember before Saban got there, from what was it, 1997 through 2006, around that time frame, Alabama was terrible. They were actually a laughing stock. So for this person to even try to say that ESPN is the one who's built up Alabama, no, Alabama was a laughing stock before Saban got there. It's just now that Saban has been so good, people try to say the stupidest things to discredit his success. You now got people trying to say, well, oh, Nick Saban, he had it handed to him. They're trying to act like he walked into a program that went 12-1 the season before. No, Alabama was a joke. Taking the Alabama job, what Nick Saban did at the time, it was thought of as a mistake. If you're an Alabama fan, I'm just going to say this name and you know what I'm talking about, Rich Rodriguez. If you don't know what I mean, go look up Rich Rodriguez in Alabama. He didn't even want anything to do with them. And I'm thankful that Rodriguez wanted nothing to do with us, because if he would have came to Alabama, Saban wouldn't have. Let me read you off this last and final comment though, and it's one of the funniest ones. You know I save the best for last, and we're about to end this video. Nick Saban making $11 million per year while the average teacher in Alabama makes $33,000 says all you need to know about this state's extreme commitment to keeping their children undereducated, make America great again. Republicans roll tide, hashtag Nick Saban. So if you can't tell, this person is trying to make fun of Republicans in Alabama and all that stuff. Now, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, I personally don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I don't judge a person off of what they go for and what they believe in. I judge a person on how they act towards me. This isn't a channel where we get into politics, and if you want to know why, I'll also answer that. It's because I don't care about politics. Anyways, let me address this comment. So they stated the average teacher makes $33,000 per year, and I would say that's fairly accurate. Now, I'm gonna let you know right now, some of you are not gonna like what I'm about to say, but it is what it is. Just like Plato said, no one is more hated than he who speaks the truth, and I'm about to speak the truth, so you can hate me if you want. And I've seen this personally, where you have teachers complaining, oh, I only make $35,000 a year, I only make $40,000, we're being underpaid, and blah, 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 blah. Cry me a river. You want to know why Saban makes $11 million per year? And I got some bad news for you haters. He actually makes way more than that because he owns a ton of Mercedes-Benz dealerships. Like I was saying though, the reason he makes $11 million per year, and it's the reason any other multi-millionaire like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or anybody makes that kind of money, is because they're valuable. Nick Saban's valuable. He's hard to replace. Look what he's done. You're paid by how valuable you are in this life, and that's a cold hard fact. The bottom line is, if you work a regular 9-to-5 like for Pizza Hut, you're a teacher, you work for a car manufacturer place where you're not a manager, you're just a guy who works on the line, or you make pizza for a living, or you're a teacher, you're not valuable. I'm not saying your existence doesn't matter, but I'm saying in your work path, in your career, you're not valuable. Because guess what? If you die tonight, they will replace you tomorrow morning. Once again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I worked at Pizza Hut, and even I was saying that then. The reason teachers are only making $33,000 is because they're not valuable. They can be replaced. And to go on top of that, here's my other argument about this. If you are a teacher and you're making this $33,000 per year, which I'm going to assume this person is or know somebody, well, why should I feel bad for you? You chose to do that. I don't like people who complain in life. Don't complain about your job, because guess what? Nobody's forcing you to do it. That's something you chose to do. If you don't like something in life, guess what? Change it. Don't cry about it, because tweeting about how you only make $33,000 a year ain't going to fix it. You want to make $11 million per year like Nick Saban, huh? Why don't you study football? Why don't you manage all these players and do all the stuff that he's doing? And let me make this clear, because you're going to have some idiot teacher get offended by this. I'm not making fun of teachers. Are y'all underpaid? Yes, I believe you are. But notice how I didn't even touch on that. I'm just explaining the difference in a Nick Saban and a teacher. He's valuable, you're not, and that's the truth. Those are the only comments I'm going to read, and there is literally thousands of them just like that, where people are mad about how he's making all this money, and Alabama's like one of the poorest states out there. But if I read any more, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm just going to end it off with this one, and it's a great comment, and it's an inspirational one, and some of you should take this advice, because I still take it. One of my favorite quotes that Nick Saban stated is, we're not going to talk about what we're going to accomplish, we're going to talk about how we're going to do it. Don't be that person in life that's always talking about, oh yeah, I'm going to go get that new house, but you never do it. Don't be that person who's like, yeah, I'm going to go get that new car, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No, just do it. Don't be the one who's talking about doing things. Talk about how you're going to get there. That's what you need to do. That's all I got for today. If you're mad about Nick Saban getting $11 million, I think you're stupid, because he should be getting $1 billion. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. But with all being said, road to 1 million.